Neck Deep's formation. So 2012 rolls around. Legend has it you are recording a band called Spires, and the whole Neck Deep story, man, and the members. It's really
Mhm.
fascinating, and you guys even poked fun of it on a T-shirt recently, where it's basically Spires and Climates and Ben and you, just kind of couple bands meshed together. But legend
Mhm.
has it there's a band you're recording called Spires that has Matt West and former Neck Deep guitarist Lloyd at the time,
Mhm.
and you have a younger brother, Ben, who's hanging around the sessions and ultimately wants to jump on a track. Like, what's the origin story of Neck Deep here?
So it started, like you say, with Spires, and that was Lloyd, West, our friend George, our friend Johnny, and our friend Henry. Um, at some point, George left. I can't really remember why or whatever happened with George. But so West and Lloyd were in the band, and I met both those guys in college in like 2008, and they were one of the first, if not the first, bands that I offered my services to for free. Or maybe that I just asked for pizza or something. I was just like, just buy me a pizza and I'll be good. Just keep me fed and watered, and I'll do the rest because I learned everything on the job. Like I went to college and uni for music production, but those were more of a they were more of a thing to keep my parents off my back. So they knew that I was like in education and doing something and working towards something. But I was learning everything through just doing it myself. And I think I can say that about most things. Is just throw yourself in at the deep end and make lots of mistakes and do it that way. But yeah, that's how I met Lloyd and West. So we were doing Spires. They did a couple EPs. They did pretty well. They did okay. They did all right in the UK, and they toured Europe a few times and played some cool shows. But yeah, when the time came when they didn't have a vocalist, like I said, I can't remember why George wasn't in the band anymore. But Ben was like, "Oh, let me try and be the vocalist," even though he'd never. It was like hardcore music or like melodic hardcore, so it was like just screaming. So I think he tried out screaming, and it was like, "Ew, maybe not. Like you're cool and you're a good hang and like, but maybe not be in this band." And he was like, okay. But Ben just really wanted to play music or like be in a band. And his thing with Neck Deep always was just, I just want to play one show. I want the feeling of playing one show. And that was it really. Like he asked Lloyd, can you write some pop punk songs? Can you and Seb write a pop punk song or whatever, and like just let me try it. And we wrote What Did You Expect? And that was it. That was, yeah, we put that online and people really liked it. And then we put out, I think we did 6 months maybe after that. I couldn't wait to leave 6 months ago. Um, but that was kind of it. But like, and then the Climates connection was through Spires too. So Spires were a touring band and they met Climates, who were a similar like melodic hardcore band that they met at like festivals and things like that. So I think Spires and Climates toured a couple times together, and that's where Sam, Phil, and Powell's come into the equation because those guys were all in Climates. And then Climates went on to be Blood Youth, which were a band until recently too. And Sam was in Blood Youth and Powell's was in Blood Youth. I think Phil had already left Climates to do Neck Deep full time before they became Blood Youth. But yeah, it's weird. I'm pretty sure that's the connection, was just Spires and touring and playing the same festivals and things like that. But yeah, I think that's the long and short of it. That's kind of how it all came together.
Had Ben shown any interest prior to that in singing? Like, was he always just hanging around when you're producing bands, trying to jump on records, or was this like the first tryout for him?
No, he'd done stuff before. Like I found the CD kind of recently somewhere, or maybe it was in my mum's house. But Ben did a little solo acoustic EP when he was like 15 or 16 or something like that. And it was good, man. Like for a fucking 15-year-old writing music, like it was good. It's a little cheesy at points, and I'm sure he's cringing and like not it's the same with me of like not revealing old bands names. He's like probably never wants that music out there, but it was cool. So he was definitely already interested in music. He was playing acoustic guitar and doing covers and like writing songs here and there. So he definitely wasn't fresh to it. He played guitar with my girlfriend. My girlfriend Laura was singing at points, and she had a gig and I couldn't do it, and he like filled in for her. So those two played a show together, and I think maybe he got a taste for that of being in front of like 300-400 people and playing guitar and singing. But yeah, he was just pestering for a long time. I think it took like 3, 4, 5 months to like get to the point where we were like, okay, let's try a pop punk song. Let's see how it sounds. But yeah, he just liked to hang. He was always just knocking around and poking his head in and hanging and chatting and vibing. Yeah, he was into it. And even before that, like I say, when me and Sammy were in a band and writing music, just the two of us, he was really into that too, and liked being around for those things. And yeah, even then was like comfortable throwing ideas, and yeah, he was always into it. So it definitely wasn't his first like thing, but yeah, yeah.